Scalia very much wanted early in his career to demonstrate his philosophy was not political, it was principled. The last time I saw him, last time I had lunch with him, I said, you know, you ruined me as a law professor. And he laughed. He said, what do you mean? And I said, when I clerked for you, there are any number of times where there was a conflict between the originalist answer and the conservative answer. And in every one of those cases, you did the originalist thing over the conservative thing. And so when I became a law professor, I predicted every time you would do the originalist thing over the conservative thing. And so he laughed, and I said, but you've let me down every time. And he laughed and he said, give me an example. And I said, campaign finance right here. And so the point is, I think if you are an originalist on that court trying to think, what actually is the original meaning of the First Amendment and how do I continue to respect it now? You have no sanction, no authority, no right to strike down laws of Congress or the people of Maine in the name of a constitution that we the people never ratified. No time in our history did we the people rise up and say, yes, we want to protect the aristocratic power of wealthy people in our democracy. That is a constitutional principle of ours. To the contrary, James Madison in Federalist 52 said, we would have a house that would be, quote, dependent on the people alone. And in 57, he said, by the people, he meant not the rich more than the poor. I mean, the idea that this libertarian First Amendment is the First Amendment James Madison penned is to say that James Madison was a deep hypocrite. On the one hand, he's saying we're not going to have an aristocracy, but on the other hand, oops, his First Amendment guarantees a aristocracy because it guarantees the rich are more powerful than the poor, that they are dependent on the rich more than the poor, rather than dependent on the people.